Okay, so we got a matchup against Delhi Sultanate. I'm KT as usual, Xbox controller only, 1v1 ranked. I'm Platinum 2, he was Gold 2, so a little bit of a difference there in terms of rank. However, as we can see here, his XP was almost double mine. I'm going to view the replay here, but before I do that, it might be worth mentioning for the Xbox players to get into your match history, this section you want to press the left stick, and if you're on the mouse and keyboard, then just click over here and you'll get into here, go to match history, and then choose the game you want. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of skirmish. This is me practicing Beastie's 2TC build, and then today was my first attempt at going on the rank ladder, and it's this game here against another Xbox player. So we're going to view the replay, and I'm going to try and focus more on what I'm doing in this replay, because there's a lot to learn. I made a lot of mistakes. That's to be expected. It's my first attempt at this 2TC build, as I said. So, alright, let's go. So my first thing is I'm hitting the TC and I'm setting my auto villager. First 6 vills straight to sheep, and then as you can see, I'm rallying over to gold, and the first vill's going to build a house, and then the second one will join to finish off the mining camp, and then after that we start going to wood. So I'll talk more about that in a sec. So have a quick look over at the scout. So I go around the flanks on this map, and this is, I'm actually really happy that my first attempt was on this map, because I know this map really well. If you see on the skirmishes there, I've been practicing on Gorge a lot, King of the Hill, and a little bit on Relic River. So yeah, I went round the side, but I decided to come back because I needed to find where the the deer pack was. So I found it there, and I'm probably going to drop off these sheep. Let me go back home. Okay, so 2 vills are on gold, and then the next vill comes out onto the straggler tree, and then I rally the next to this straggler tree, and then the next will go to this straggler tree. And that's just, again, on Beastie's advice, just so that they're not, the animation of them chopping together when the tree goes down. So what I do when I send them is, I didn't do it yet. Okay, so I rallied these 2 over to the gold. So when they're finished chopping those trees, they'll go over to the gold. And the reason for that is because these 2 guys, when they collect enough for the age up, which is 200, they're going to jump onto wood as well, because then we're going to need 400 wood for the second TC, and the vills that are on food are going to go over to jump on stone. So let's go back over to the scout. I always recommend, guys, for Xbox players, when you're watching back, use the keyboard and mouse. It's so much better. So you press / to go to your scout. I've set it to follow as well, which is a lot smoother, and you press H, which is home. M will bring up the mini maps. You've got medium, then you've got large, and down here you can show full view so we can see everything, what's going on. And it's really easy to just click around the map like that. So there's his scout. Got a bit of a pause. He's doing stuff in his base. He's got decent amount of sheep. He's obviously looking around the map as well where he can go. So he's on berries. I'm obviously going for my 2TC build, and I'm going to jump straight onto this deer pack over here, and it's a forward TC, which is great for me because I want to start inching towards this sacred side, because I'm kind of using stuff that I've learned from Beastie, but also stuff from Corvinus, who he's a bit of an out the box thinker, and he's really spent a lot of time working on KT. I think he recently did a video where he played over 30 games, maybe a bit more, and then he's saying what he's learned from those 30 games playing KT. So we'll talk about that as that go through, but here's the age up. So Knight's Hospitalier, and because that age up's done, look, all those vills on food are going over to stone, and so increase civilian unit health, and that's great when you're going for 2TC, because if they're getting units out early and you need to defend, having the extra HP and movement speed is going to be great. But also the main thing for me is the healing from all sources by plus 30%. And that's very strategic for me because, okay, so my opponent's reached the feudal age, 4 minutes. So we're delayed, but it's calm because 2TC is going to be, I mean, well, it's the first time I attempted it, but from what, you know, even Valdemar, you know, I've watched quite a few of his videos on 2TC, even Corvinus' videos on 2TC. I've gone back like from a couple of months and just looked as many 2TC builds as I can. But anyway, yeah, what am I saying? I'm saying that, so this is my, so I've got 4, okay, yeah, 4 wood these guys are going to go over now. I should have explained the exact build, but I would say go and watch their video. Basically what you do is you go 4 wood, you got 6 on food, and then the 2 that are on gold, when they get the 200, jump onto wood, so you get a 6-6 split. Then you rally over to stone, and then when they're done, when they've got enough stone and wood, then you build your TC, second TC on the deer pack, because you're going to want a lot of food. And because of that, you put your wood veils onto the food. So I've got 3 there. I leave these 3 on the wood because it just means less stuff for me to worry about, because they're already rallied to go over to the other, to go into gold afterwards. So it's just, you know, I don't have the APM just yet. So what's going on with my scout? Oh, it's not my scout. Okay, my scout's going around the back. Just trying to see what he's got. Has he got any production buildings yet? Which I did see the barracks and the archery range as I went past here. So I'm like, okay, I need to get this moving. Let's bring this down. So straight away, yep, my Rax is going up. His scout's doing the same thing. If you know this map, you know that you can slip along that wood line and not get hit by the TC. So yeah, first fill has moved on to gold. Okay, what's going on over here? My scout's trying to make his way back. All right, let's just have a look at, okay, so the army value there. Has he got units on the field already? Yes. All right, so we've got Spearman making his way over. All right, so he's, all right, let's get rid of this army value for now. He's, 2 Spearmen over here, okay. And in fact, there you go, his scout is just chilling in the base. So he's looking to come around down this corridor and do some kind of a little attack. My plan is, so I'm rallying onto this wood line from this TC and rallying onto the same wood line from this TC because I need a lot of wood. I want to, I know he's got an archery range as well, so there you go, the archery range is going down. But he's obviously getting units out on the field. So he's got an archer there. Let's go back to army value. Yeah, so, okay, we've got a little notification there blocking it, but yeah, he's ahead of me in that respect now. So he's just pumping units at this stage, and I am building an outpost because I know that that's coming. And in the past, because I'm pumping so many villagers, if an attack comes, especially on this forward TC, I want a place for them to go. Okay, I'm not going to have as many units to defend, so I want the villagers and the TCs to do the work for me. So here you go, he's creeping around the side, but this doesn't materialize into anything actually, and I think it's because, so he's got, yeah, he's sending guys, and I think it's because we get some action in the middle here, and there you go. So this is what this map's all about. It's King of the Hill. You know, whoever can dominate this area of the map is going to pretty much dominate the game. So he ends up calling his guys back because I see this going up, and I what have I got? I've got a Hospitalia Knight and a couple of Spearmen. They're not going to do too well against these archers, but I'm getting a little bit like nervous at this stage because I know that he knows what to do on this map, right? And I know I'm going to be behind already, and kind of panic a little bit, try to go in and see if I can stop this tower going up, but pretty quickly see that it's not going to work out because he's got units coming from all directions. I'm like, okay, let's bail. So I'm sort of like, yeah, as I said, jump my villagers. I've got two outposts, so jump the villagers, and he's got to run back. So he's got spears as well, so they're going to be highly susceptible to the arrows that are being fired there. So yeah, okay, both parties are sort of staying on their side of the map. So he's, you know, trying to get claim. I've got the Hospitality Knight to heal up. He hasn't got a bro to heal himself up though, but yeah, so back to the TC. Let's have a look at villager count. I'm on 6 military, 39 vills. He's on 24 military, 33 vills. So I'm inching ahead. My one pilgrim that I sent out is making it in, and that's just due to the extra HP from the age up. So at the moment, I'm not really. Doesn't look like I'm pumping too much in the way of units, but vills are coming out. Okay, there's a blacksmith, so I just want to get some high quality units out on the map. And I want to keep the vills around this zone so that if they need to come, yeah, so I put down a third outpost, which I end up deleting afterwards. So he's getting up his second outpost. So both players know what it is on this map. So I may as well spend a little bit of time talking about how I'm kind of combining what I've learned from Beastie's 2TC tutorials and Corvinus 1. So I've seen Corvinus go with Kingdom of Castile, and what that does is it gives you the sacred site becomes a healing source, and it also gives you an extra 20% attack, which is huge. And obviously so much is going to go on in this section. It's already playing out that way, right? So this is such a unique aspect for KT. Okay, there I've got the other Hospitality Knight, so the healing there, but he's way ahead of me for sure, 100%. Look at that, so 3 times the amount army value. Okay, but all I need is time, and you know I can play defensive. I know that I've got some weak spots on the flanks, so at some point I will wall off here. His scout is still chilling in the back there. Obviously we're all focusing on here. He had his first idea of coming around the edges, but now we're focusing all our attention here. He's got a third going up, and yeah, he feels good about himself. He's going to eventually stop the pilgrims going through, but I just know that I just need to take my time and get to Castle Edge, because if I go up, when I go out with Kingdom of Castile, this becomes a healing site, and because I went over with Hospitality and Knight, I'm getting an extra 30% of the healing from this and an extra 20% attack. And when I plop down a fortress, that's going to give me +1 attack and defense for my ranged units with the aura. So I'm just slowly inching. So here's my upgrades going in: arrow slits for the outposts. I'm getting stilled arrow, bloomery, fitted level work, and I'm pumping archers because I saw that he is going heavy melee comp with, as you can see, 15, 17. Yeah, he had a lot of spearmen, and he's put in these units into these outposts, which is a smart move actually, so he doesn't have to use villagers or anything. And yeah, so his spearmen can't really approach. I make a mistake here. I think I'm elsewhere. I don't know if my scout is anywhere on the map. No, I'm just doing stuff on my base, and these guys obviously get activated and they go forward and end up getting murked. But let's see what's going on in the base. I've got quite a few on gold now because I'm trying to get to that age up, right? Food's going up nicely, but I have to still produce units, so I'm going with archers. It's a smart move. But look, so 63 bills, 17, 63, 17, 45, and 41. So I'm like ahead on economy. He's ahead in units, but ahead on units doesn't really matter at the moment because he's not doing anything. He's not raiding. Okay, he's stopping my pilgrims getting there now. So he feels good. He feels good about his position, and he is. So he's out here on the deer. He's collecting gold here. He is farming transition already. He's on stone, so he's going to match my 2TC. And what am I doing? Okay, so I've got these vills not doing anything, right? And I've got these vills not doing anything. And the reason is, I'm ready, as you see, I've got enough stone to build a fortress. I just need another 100 gold. And I think, yeah, there's a lot's going on. So I end up killing this tower myself because I'm trying to find a space for it. And then I realise, because I put in these 2 hospitality lights, I didn't have enough gold. So these are the mistakes I'm talking about. So in the end, I build a market. So it kind of delays me, but it's not a problem. You know, it is what it is. You just got to make these, you know, these kind of in-game, real-time decisions, and it's not always going to run smoothly, right? So the market's in there. You see the exchange goes in. I get enough gold, and I've got enough stone, and I want to use a lot of vills, right? Because I want to get it up quick. And let's see from his point of view what he can see. Right, so you can see it happening, and he's got his. I'm not sure if you can focus fire these onto villagers or not, but he doesn't do that. He's going on the thing itself. But I made a mistake here. I've got horsemen. I made those horsemen to try and flank, and in the end, they ended up just getting massacred by these spears. And I think I just panicked, like I did an A move, because I thought they're gonna rush in and try and attack my vills. So anyway, those horsemen get slaughtered. These archers as well. I should have just pulled everything back. Vills jump in. So yeah, don't know what's going on here. These are the mistakes. Anyway, so the aura, desert citadels is going up, so it improves desert outpost aura on fortresses, increases the armor of nearby units by +1. +1. Okay, so that's the armor +1 ranged, +1 melee. Okay, I thought it was an attack as well. Okay, so I finally bring everyone back, and I think my rally point is for this corner here. Thankfully, this mine is just out of reach of his towers. Let's bring the full wall back. Okay, and he goes for his keep. So, you know, we both understand that it's all about, this is where all the action's taking place. But what he doesn't know, well, I'm assuming he doesn't know, is that, you know, what's coming. Because even with KT players, a lot of them would never really use this age up. In fact, Beastie, no, Valdemar, he said he used it for the first time ever in one of the matches, and it was this map. It was Beastie, in fact. So I tried to stop this happening, but quickly realised that's not going to happen. So just pull back. My aim right now is to. Okay, so I take out that tower. You can see how tanky this fortress is, man. My aim now is to just get to Castle Age, make trebs, and then once I deal with this, then I can charge forward, because I'm going to get, you know, the extra attack and the extra healing from this side anyway. So whatever fight goes down in the center is, I'm going to have the advantage. Okay, so I'm a little bit slow here. What's going on? So survival techniques. That's because, yeah, I want food. So I take a bit of a risk here, but I'm like, I just got to be done, because if he starts getting trebs before me, this is just going to go south quickly. So I've got a wall going up. I've got quite a lot of villagers here, so 23, because there's boar and deer. And because so much attention is being placed in this central location here, this is why I felt comfortable doing this. And, you know, it was a decision that really won me the game, really, because look at this, 43 vills on food now, and my food income is just gone booming, and my gold's blessed. So let's have a quick look at army value. Okay, so he's got a second keep going up because I took out that tower. So army value, wow, look at that, five grand, and I'm 1,500. So, you know, heavily outnumbered, but the tables will turn. I mean, my eco is where it's, you know, where what I'm investing in. So he's gone Castle Age. So he's slow, man. He should have just been straight into siege. That's a mistake on his behalf. Let's look at player score. So he's ahead in everything. I mean, and even that army value, that 1500, most of it's coming from my fortress. So, wow, I lost 45 military, he's lost 19, so he's way ahead. Guys, he's way ahead, right? But it's all going to change, and that's really, so I've just aged up, and it is Kingdom of Castile. So, as you saw, that Pilgrim, as he approached, he started to get healing. So, as you can see straight down, boom, Siege Workshop, Siege Workshop. I don't really know why he didn't do that himself. He's just stuffed his keeps with his units, and he is throwing down his 2 blacksmiths, so he's going to get all his upgrades in. Yeah, he's got a bit of a farm transition. Me, on the other hand, okay, pretty pathetic farm transition over there. But the reason I'm not invested in that too much is because I've got food here. I've got food here, so they're going on the berries. And now is my time. We're getting in sort of eco upgrades, getting in springald emplacement, and this is where I switch over. I'm bringing men at arms in because 100 food, 20 gold, I think it is. So I know I can spam them, and I'm bringing in crossbowmen and the 2 trebuchets queued up, and then I've got my horticulture in preparation for the farming transition. Let's have another quick look at the army value. So I'm creeping up now. A couple of hospitality knights, because now they're healing. They're a healing source, remember. So that's going to be an extra 30% from them as well. I'm getting hospitality knights are going to veteran because I know they scale really well, and 5 battering rams. So this is my plan, is to just clear this section here, because he's got he's going to have spearmen. So I think I'm probably going to queue up quite a few archers as well. I'm on this stone, so I want to clear this, plop down a couple more fortresses, and there you go. Trebs are out. He's got villagers that are probably going to on stone there, and they're going to come and start repairing it, but I've got more, 3 more on the way. So yeah, 2 walls on the sides, so I don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. He's farm gold 2nd TC now, so he's quite late with that, and the 3rd going up. Palace of Sultan automatically produces Sultan's elite tower elephants. Okay, garrison up to 4 scholars, and then I might increase production speed. Right, so he's got this. Oh wait, hang on a second. Wait. Oh, compound defender. So this is what he had earlier as well. Okay, so the infantry units get some bonuses. Anyway, what's going on in the middle here? Okay, yeah. So now the rams come out, and they're soaking up a lot of the fire from these keeps, and that can allow me to rush in as well if I need to, if they try to rush the rams. So at the minute he's got his units inside his keep. He's got villagers trying to repair at the back there, but I've got another 4 queued up, springalds, just so that I can, have them in the back, piercing any armored units coming through. Another, my 2nd tower coming in, so he, can take out my ram with that, but it's starting to shift into my favour. Let's have a quick look at army value. So look, there you go. I've actually overtaken him. So he attacks. That's a mistake on his behalf, because he's just going to get peppered, and I'll probably lose a couple of vills here, but that's minor because just the arrow fire from the fortress alone takes out all those units. And here we got the men at arms now doing their thing. I think I've only got a couple of villagers in there. It's really hard to get these villagers to kind of click on them when you're using a controller. So I just had to let it be. I'm getting the 2nd one down. Rams came through. This is getting trapped out, so it's all going in my favour. And now I'm pushing forward. I'm getting extra 20% attack. I'm getting all my units are being healed, and yeah, he has to retreat at this stage. In fact, he should have definitely retreated, but he's made a mistake. I think where he's rallying his units across over to this point, he hasn't stopped that. So yeah, it's kind of like all falling apart for him. His villagers are getting taken down on stone. He's probably been over here, you know, doing stuff, and you know, frantically, I don't know why he's got stuff garrisoned in there. He's frantically getting stuff queued in. Okay, he's got them here now, so they're not rallying over. But look at this, everything's getting fully healed up. Now, fair enough, you know, I've got mainly siege over here, but he cannot approach me. He cannot come to this zone because of this small amount of army, plus the fortresses are like impenetrable. So here you go, I've got the veteran archers coming through in 11 there, because I know he's going heavy on spears, and I'm just going with men at arms. Normally, you know, I'm making well, I don't normally make those units, if I'm honest. With Kingdom of Castile, you don't get, I'm definitely not going to make genitors. They're good for raiding in some certain scenarios, but for here I just want to secure this site, get my fortresses up, get the upgrades in, as you can see. So rivets, insulated helm, second pilgrim, so sanctuary, and yeah, the archers, everything. So I'm going to be making 4. Oh, there you go. There's the next age up, and I've gone for Teutonic order. So now I'm queuing up 6 Teutonic knights. We've got trebuchet emplacements going in on the fortresses, and that's just so, you know, they're not going to be susceptible to any, you know, treb attacks. I mean, this is a big mistake for him that he didn't go siege. He's got elephant coming out, but it's too little, too late. Look at the army value, 12,000 versus 4,000. So where he was 3 times ahead of me, now I'm 3 times ahead of him. On top of that, look at that, I'm hitting 100 vills there. He's just hitting 96, but I've had way more than him. We'll look at the stats afterwards, but I capped mine, and now it's just a matter of, so I'm walling off these sections here as well, just to make sure there's no funky stuff to go on. I don't have to worry about anything. And the monastery, I should have done that much earlier in the game, but so much was going on, and it was so critical that I just secured this point here and got the towers up and whatnot. So sorry, not the towers, the fortresses. So yeah, now the monk is queued up, and once the monk, I'm not bothered about relics. I'm not going over here, not going here. I'm not going to get any relics. I'm just going straight to the sacred site, and then that's going to, you know, force him to then focus all of his attention to this central location. And I know that I'm in the driver's seat. Boiling oil coming through. A military academy, so I'm making sure I can fully repopulate if I need to. More upgrades coming in, and who am I upgrading? The hospitality knights as well. So they scale really well, and they're worth I won't build too many of them in feudal, maybe not in castle as well, just enough to heal. But they're cheap in when you first go into imp. You know, you can start pumping them out, and archers to elite as well, because he just carried on. He just carried on, like he didn't change up his army comp. So look at how many spearmen. He's got 41 spearmen there. A few cav in the front. What's he got? Ghazi raiders, elephant, spearmen. So he didn't wait. He could have built his army up a bit more, but he knows I'm putting in all of my upgrades and whatnot. So let me just quickly pause it there for a second. Let's have a look at the always I wish the devs would move these alerts maybe up here, because they always just get in the way. So I have to play it. But he's going to make a push. He's got his trebs, but again, it's too meager. It's not enough. And let's get rid of this for a second. Yeah, so look, 7,000 to 14,000, so I'm doubling him. And my man at arms, my Teutonic knights, my hospitality knights, my healing, my extra attack, my siege weapons. I've got springboards in there. Elephant goes down, and yeah, it's pretty much curtains. I had villagers even in there as well, firing the arrows at the spearman. And here he makes another mistake of just rallying. He probably is still thinking at this stage that we're having a decent clash in the middle. There's no clash. It's just a massacre. And as you can see here, he's just sending his army to be slaughtered. They're just running in. They're not even like beginning to fight. He must have his flag here somewhere, because they're running past, right? And then they're just getting just getting executed on arrival. And so that's a massive mistake on his part. He does take down this fortress, which is a little bit of a mistake on my behalf as well. So I kind of like was a little bit too early on that one. But I get the vills to come back and repair this one, and I do place down another one on this one, but I lost the stone for it. So mistake there. I've got these vills straight away on this gold, and I'm just pushing forward at this stage because I know that I'm going to be way ahead of him. So have a quick look at that army value. As always, got another alert here. So yeah, he's down to 5,000. I'm tripling him. So yeah, just going to keep pushing. I'm rallying to this point here now. Yeah, I'm just going to push through. EOL 3 TCs are really good farming. Eco going on. Not really much for me, but that's just because I had a lot of food. It's just running out. And at this stage I'm capped. Got good wood income, so I would have just done that. But my main focus was just securing this here, making sure I had enough gold income and food income to keep pumping units if I had to. And pretty much it's going to be GG's here. So look at the time, we're almost right at the end. So I'll just pause it and have a quick look around the map, because you don't really get to do that on the replays with Xbox. When you play the game, you get to see all the stats and look at the map, but then when you go back to replays, a lot of the stats you can't see, which is why I take screenshots, and you can't look at the map. You got to go through the whole replay and then pause it at the end. So he didn't venture out too far. He didn't get any relics. He stayed close to his base. He's out here on berries. I did the same, a little bit more cautious with my walling. These guys just finished their food, so I would have gone into my farming transition. Did what I had to do over here. Got my university up, so I was putting through incendiary arrows because I had a lot of crossbowmen and using a lot of archers as well. So silk bowstrings are coming in. Normally I go for elite army tactics to kind of like strengthen the Teutonic Knights, but I didn't really go too heavy on them at this stage because of his army composition. So as you see, I threw down a lot of Raxes because I would have gone heavy on Teutonic Knights, but I ended up going more with archery ranges, so I should have actually put down a few more. That probably would have been my next thing to do. So let's just have one more look at what he was doing. I always build my houses at the back, unless if you do get a raid with rams or anything like that, then they're safe. So and I would put my production units at the front more so, because I do want to send the army less travel time. But I think he played well. I obviously played better. He started well. I guess I started well as well. I executed the 2 TC build pretty well for my first time, and followed my game plan. It all panned out the way I had planned it to, apart from the little glitch of the early kind of attack with his army value. Okay, so that's the end of the match. We'll just go and have a look at some of the stats, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, so we go back into match history, and when you click there, you can obviously view a replay in here, and at the top we've got the stats. So timeline, it looks pretty even here. That's probably because it evens out with regards to military and eco. So let's have a look. Villager, I'm going to be above. And then I capped it there. And military, he's going to be way above me. Yep. And yeah, he did better, you know, in these fights. But I'm okay with that happening, because I know the fortresses, you know, he can't really push past the fortresses. So I don't worry too much. I didn't have to worry too much that I didn't have, you know, equal amount of units. I still could play defensive enough to withstand any kind of attack. So resources gathered pretty even until we went to castle, and then I just went through. He actually went to Imperial way before me, but I just think, yeah, his main mistake was he could have been a little bit more aggressive around the flanks, because he had such a larger army than me. He should have went to siege straight away. He was castle here way before me, so good at 15, about 4 minutes before me. So I could have lost the game by just not being early enough with that. I was worried, obviously, with pumping units. I shouldn't have made those horsemen. That's my mistake there. Let's have a look at statistics then. So I'm on the bottom. So I win overall, but so I get military, technology, and society. So he gets economy, and he pumped more than me in the end, but I like to cap it at 100. As long as I know I've got the income, I want to put that into units and have about 100, space for 100. So let's look. I killed a lot. Largest army, so not hugely different, but technology. So I had a better research percentage, and he was way better than me on the age up times. And let's look at the economy. So he actually beat me on the economy 3 TC, but he built them later. So he invested in units early, and then he went into eco later on. So he beat me on food. I did better on wood, stone, and gold actually. And we know that with KT, wood does actually go into food as well. And I would have transitioned over to my farming. I don't know if they get any bonuses for that on their civ. So that is it, man. That's the game. If you got any questions, leave a comment. It'd be good to get a conversation going with other KT players, other Xbox players. And yeah, I'll wrap it up there, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Take it easy.